If you're on Social Security, whether it's retirement, disability, SSI, or survivor benefits, mark your calendar for September 30th, 2025, because if you miss this date, your money could be delayed or even temporarily stopped. This is one of the biggest operational changes in Social Security in over a decade, and I want you to understand exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and the simple steps you must take now to avoid losing out. Watch until the end, because there are not only new rules, but also opportunities to get more money in your pocket, including retroactive payments and even tax savings. Part 1, the September 30th, 2025 cutoff. No more paper checks. As of September 30th, 2025, the Social Security Administration, SSA, will officially stop mailing paper checks for nearly all benefit payments. This includes retirement benefits, Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and survivor benefits. This means, unless you qualify for one of the very rare exemptions, your monthly benefit will need to be sent electronically either directly into your bank account, direct deposit, or loaded onto a direct express debit card issued by the U.S. Treasury. The SSA has been moving toward this change for years, but September marks the final deadline. If you still receive paper checks and do nothing, your payment will not be mailed in October. Instead, it could be held until you set up an electronic payment method. Why is this happening? Security. Paper checks can be stolen, lost in the mail, or altered by criminals. Direct deposit and direct express are encrypted, traceable, and faster. Speed. Electronic payments arrive on schedule, even during postal delays or weather disruptions. Cost savings. The U.S. Treasury says it costs about 15 cents to issue an electronic payment compared to around 50 cents for a paper check. Multiplied across millions of beneficiaries, this saves taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars over time. Part 2. Who is affected and who is exempt? Almost every beneficiary is affected, but there are a few limited exemptions. The SSA states you can request to keep paper checks only if you are aged 90 or older and have always received paper checks. You live in a remote geographic location where electronic payment systems are not reliably available. You have a mental impairment or documented hardship making electronic payments impossible. Even if you meet one of these criteria, you must apply for an exemption through the SSA, and approval is not guaranteed. Important, even if you've been getting by fine with paper checks, the transition will happen unless you act now. That means, if you receive a notice from the SSA about this change, don't set it aside. Many seniors have ignored similar mail in the past and then faced weeks of payment delays while trying to catch up with paperwork. In short, this is not optional for 99% of people. It's a mandatory shift. And waiting until the last week of September to make the change is a risky move because SSA offices will be swamped. Part 3. How to switch to electronic payments now, step by step. You have two main choices, direct deposit or a direct express debit card. If you have a bank account, go to the SSA website and log into your My Social Security account. Update your payment information with your account and routing numbers. Double-check that the name on your bank account matches the name SSA has on file. Even small mismatches can delay payments. If you don't have a bank account, you can sign up for the Direct Express debit card, which is specifically for Social Security payments. It works like any regular debit card, allowing you to withdraw cash at ATMs, make purchases, and pay bills. There's no credit check, no monthly fee, and your benefits are deposited automatically each month. If you can't access the internet, visit your local SSA office or call the Social Security helpline. But be prepared for long wait times, especially in September. Key tip: once you switch, watch your first deposit closely to make sure it went through without errors. You can do this by checking your bank statement or the Direct Express mobile app. Part 4. The hidden benefit. Payments could arrive faster. One underreported benefit of going paperless is faster access to your money. Direct deposits usually arrive on the exact scheduled payment date, often earlier in the morning compared to paper checks that might take several days to arrive in the mail, and longer if there are postal delays. Also, because paper checks are printed and mailed in large batches, any mailing error can result in delays of weeks. Direct deposit eliminates that bottleneck. Once the SSA releases your payment, it's in your account, ready to use. And here's something many don't realize. For some people switching to Direct Express, deposits can even hit the account the night before the official payment date. While it's not guaranteed, it's common enough to be a nice perk. For those living in rural or remote areas, the difference is even bigger. Electronic payments bypass unreliable mail service entirely. That means no more worrying about late checks due to bad weather, misplaced mail, or holiday closures. Part 5. Public Sector Retirees. The Fairness Act Boost. In addition to the September payment changes, there's another shift that could mean significantly more money for certain retirees, especially those who worked in the public sector. The Social Security Fairness Act, which took effect on January 1st, 2025, repealed two controversial provisions, the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO. For decades, these rules reduced Social Security benefits for people who also received a pension from work not covered by Social Security, often affecting teachers in certain states, police officers, firefighters, postal workers, other state or municipal employees. Why was this a problem? These provisions could cut monthly benefits by hundreds of dollars, in some cases thousands, even though the person had paid into Social Security for part of their career. What the repeal means now: if you were previously affected by WEP or GPO, your benefit will be recalculated without those reductions. Many retirees are already seeing increases in their monthly checks. Some are also eligible for retroactive payback to January 2025 for the difference they missed. Example: if WEP was reducing your monthly benefit by $350, that's now gone. Over the course of a year, that's an extra $4,200. And if you're owed retroactive pay for 9 months since January, that could be a lump sum of over $3,000. What you should do if you think you qualify: log into your My Social Security account to check if your benefit has been adjusted. If not, call SSA or visit your local office with documentation of your pension and work history. Be patient. Recalculations are happening in waves, and SSA is prioritizing the largest adjustments first. For many retirees, this repeal is the single biggest boost they've seen in their Social Security benefits in years. Part 6. Temporary tax deduction for seniors. There's also a lesser-known but financially important change. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, passed in late 2024, introduced a temporary tax deduction for seniors. From 2025 through 2028, taxpayers aged 65 or older can claim up to a $6,000 deduction on their federal tax return. Why this matters? Social Security benefits are taxable if your combined income, which includes half your benefits plus other income, exceeds a certain threshold. This deduction doesn't eliminate taxes on your Social Security benefits, but it can push your taxable income down enough to lower your tax bracket or reduce how much of your Social Security is taxed. Example scenario: without the deduction, you might owe tax on 85% of your Social Security benefits. With the deduction, you might only owe tax on 50%, or in some cases, none at all. How to claim it? You'll need to file Form 1040 as usual. Make sure your tax preparer is aware of the deduction. Early reports show some preparers are missing it because it's new. Keep in mind that this deduction is temporary. It expires after the 2028 tax year, unless Congress renews it. This is one of those changes that won't be mailed to you in a big, bold SSA notice. You have to actively claim it, and failing to do so means you're leaving money on the table. Part 7, your September 2025 action checklist. Now, let's bring it all together into a clear, no-nonsense checklist. Switch to electronic payments, either direct deposit or direct express, before September 30th. Verify your deposit info in your My Social Security account. A typo can delay payment. Check if you're a public sector retiree who was affected by WEP or GPO and request recalculation if needed. Look into the $6,000 senior deduction when filing taxes for 2025. Update your mailing address and contact info with SSA to make sure you don't miss any notices. Consider setting up account alerts with your bank so you know the moment your Social Security is deposited. Avoid September procrastination. SSA offices will be swamped in the last 2 weeks before the deadline. If you live in a remote area, confirm your internet or phone access is reliable for online updates. Following this checklist now could save you from headaches and in some cases put hundreds or even thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Part 8, final legal reminder. Changes to Social Security happen more often than many people realize, but not every change gets the publicity it deserves. The September 30th, 2025 switch to electronic payments is mandatory for nearly everyone, and it's paired with other rule changes that could increase your income if you take advantage of them. Here's my professional advice as an attorney. Treat these changes as a financial deadline, not a suggestion. Document every interaction with the SSA. Keep notes of calls, names of representatives, and copies of any letters or forms. If you encounter resistance, delays, or confusion, don't give up. Persistence often makes the difference between getting your benefits on time and having them delayed for months. And finally, don't rely on hearsay. Check information directly from ssa.gov or consult a qualified professional. If you found this update valuable, like this video, leave a comment telling me whether you're already on direct deposit. And subscribe so you never miss another critical Social Security update. And remember, knowledge is power, but action is what keeps your benefits safe.